What if Marvel did Thunderbolts Asterisk before Infinity War? The titular team in Thunderbolts Asterisk comprises reformed villains and anti-heroes originating from the earliest days of the MCU, but the team would have looked much different if they were formed before Avengers: Infinity War. As it stands, the team is due to be headed up by Bucky Barnes, one of the MCU's most beloved reformed villains, who continues to make amends for his unwitting villainy in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. The remainder of the Thunderbolts team shares many similarities, with Bucky being joined by two more has-been super soldiers, two master assassins, and one ex-villain with facing powers. Partly because of this, there was some trepidation when Thunderbolts Asterisk was first announced. While they are supposed to be a darker reflection of the Avengers, the Thunderbolts aren't nearly as colorful or powerful as their distinctly more virtuous counterparts. This flies in the face of the original team from Marvel Comics, which has counted such outlandish villains as Charcoal and Goliath among its members. Instead of relying on such characters that could mirror the distinctiveness of characters like Hulk, however, Thunderbolts Asterisk appears poised to hone in on the mentality of its titular team. Each shares sympathetic traits for which most of the MCU's villains are well known, with even its most outwardly villainous member, John Walker, being racked with remorse for his past actions. They are additionally on the hook with the U.S. government for their shady pasts. With that in mind, here are some clear contenders for the team should it have formed in MCU Phase 3. By MCU Phase 3, 2 of the current 6 Thunderbolts members were already well established, namely Bucky Barnes and Ghost. These are 2 foremost examples of the MCU's sympathetic villains, and by MCU Phase 3 were already embarked on their arcs to remedy their past actions. Around the same time, 4 other MCU villains were incarcerated and would have made far better dark pastiches of the Avengers than the current makeup of Thunderbolts, which is essentially a team of Captain Americas and Black Widows. These include the following. Baron Zemo was the original founder of the Thunderbolts in Marvel Comics, and Daniel Bruhl's rendition of the character certainly struck a chord with fans when he debuted in Captain America: Civil War. The same can be said for Sam Rockwell's Justin Hammer, whom fans have been hoping would re-emerge in the MCU for several years, since he was last seen in Iron Man 2, and would be a fitting dark parallel to Iron Man. As an unscrupulous industrialist, he would be looking to improve his tarnished image. Tim Roth's Abomination was also due for a resurgence and a shot at redemption after The Incredible Hulk. She-Hulk. Attorney at Law showed how Emil Blonsky has been pursuing redemption in the intervening years, which makes him a prime candidate to turn to heroics with a version of the Thunderbolts. Michael Keaton's Vulture, meanwhile, is a prime example of a sympathetic villain that fans wanted to see more of. His appeal comes from the fact that he seeks only to support his family, and his unwillingness to rat out Peter Parker shows that he harbors a good streak. With Baron Zemo sticking to comic book precedent by founding the Thunderbolts, it would have made sense for the team to come together after Captain America, Civil War, and the establishment of the Sokovia Accords. The Sokovia Accords are fundamentally about control, and specifically the oversight of superpowered individuals by governments across the world. With that in mind, this MCU Phase 3 team of Thunderbolts would have been particularly malleable under the Sokovia Accords, given that the majority were already incarcerated. Before Thunderbolts Asterisk trailers revealed that the team seemed to be operating outside the bounds of government oversight, it was presumed that a similar fate would befall the team with Valentina Allegra de Fontaine pulling the strings. The MCU Phase 3 composition of Thunderbolts, by contrast, is far more likely to comply to help either make up for their more questionable pasts or as a bid for freedom. This would have made for a particularly compelling narrative in MCU Phase 3 in particular, especially when spotlighting some fan-favorite MCU villains. While MCU Phase 3's roster of potential Thunderbolts is decidedly more villainous than the current lineup, they would have been a more outwardly exciting prospect for casual moviegoers. Avengers movies tend to be spectacles thanks to the makeup of the eponymous team. It's safe to say that a team comprising distinctive characters like Abomination and Vulture would be a more exciting one than a team, including 2 assassins with similar backgrounds and 3 super soldiers. An MCU Phase 3 Thunderbolts movie wouldn't just have been a chance for the MCU to capitalize on another team-up movie in its most successful phase, but would have provided an excellent opportunity for Marvel to re-establish some of its most popular villains. Now, it feels slightly too late to bring these characters back. While Yelena Belova and Red Guardian are certainly surprise fan favorites, audiences aren't as enthused by the return of Taskmaster in Thunderbolts*, as they would be by the return of Justin Hammer.